Good afternoon, third graders. We're back to our division, okay? I think that some of you are now realizing, as you're doing these problems, how important it is to have your math facts memorized, okay? So there are two components, or two parts to learning division. First one is that you have to have your math facts, your division and your multiplication facts memorized so that you can do the problem, or you have to know how to use your chart to find the answer. But eventually we don't want to use a chart, we just want them to be memorized in our minds. And the second part to division problems is learning the patterns. Remember we said, does McDonald's serve burgers? Okay, so kind of, two components, two parts to that. You have to know your math facts, and you have to know the pattern for division. Okay, so what's probably slowing a lot of you down are not knowing your math facts. And we spent, several months on that on the multiplication. Remember, we would cut the multiplication because division is using those same three numbers, but it's different. I understand that, so that's why I send division facts. But I'm sure those of you who have your multiplication facts are having a much easier time memorizing the division facts. Okay? So if you scored on your math multiplication minute, your math minute tests, a lot of you were in the 20s, the higher 20s. We had some 30s, a lot of 30s, low 30s. We had some in the 40s, and of course we had a couple in the 50 that would do 50, okay? So those of you this would be easier for, because you just can look at the problem and see how many, you know your math facts. So my suggestion to those who are having trouble is keep doing them, but most of all, keep memorizing those math facts, okay? Even if you have to make your own cards, okay? So if you don't have, any division problems, if you've thrown them out, you can either find them online or make them yourselves, okay? Have mom or dad help you. The next thing is, if you're watching my video and you don't understand, put it on pause, or try and do it, afterwards, and then go back and look at it, okay? So today, I just want to review a couple things, and then we'll go on. For those of you that are able to do, some of you may not be able to do this yet, the dividing by 3-digit. If you're not, don't worry about it. Go back to my older videos. Those of you that can go on with this, those of you who are probably scoring in the high 20s, 30s, 40s on your multiplication facts, probably with some help and direction here, could probably do these now. Okay? So, but everybody will learn them eventually, so it's just practice. It's just doing them, memorizing them, doing them. Okay? So I first want to just kind of, before we start we're going to do first the dividing by 3-digit numbers, okay? But before we do that, I want to just review something with you. So I'm going to take the same problem here, and I'm going to build up to it, okay? And what I mean by that is, first I'm going to take 6 divided by 5. And let's talk about that a little bit, okay? Remember we said we can't put a number above here unless the number in the house, okay, which is called the dividend. The dividend is the number in the house. This is the divisor, and the answer is the quotient. Unless this number here inside the house is equal to or above the number outside the house, then we can't use it. So this 6 is equal to or above, it's above 5, so we can use this spot up here, okay? So my problem would be 6 divided by 5. How many 5s are there in 6? So just to get a picture of what we're doing, if I drew 6 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how many groups of 5 are in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have one group of 5 inside 6, okay? So 6 divided by 5, I can write my 1 up here, okay? There's one group of 5 inside 6, okay? So remember our pattern. Does McDonald's serve burgers? Divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. times these two numbers. 1 times 5 is 5. We write it right below here. We did our multiply. Now we're going to subtract. 6 minus 5 equals 1. Now in this problem, is there anything to bring down? No. So we're done. Okay, nothing to bring down. So the answer is 1 with a remainder of 1. And how can I check it? I check it by taking this number times this number. 1 times 5 equals 5, and then adding the remainder. Plus 1 equals 6. And this number should equal that number. Okay? So now I'm going to add the same problem. We had 6 divided by 5. Okay, but now I'm going to put another number here. And I'm going to use the number on your worksheet. I'm going to put a 2. Okay, so now instead of one number dividend, I have 2-digit dividend. Okay, dividend, divisor, quotient. 62, remember you always read the number in the house first, divided by 5. Also written as 62 divided by 5. Same thing. 62 divided by 5, 62 divided by 5. Okay? So again, we look at the first number. Okay? Is this number equal to or larger than this number? 6 is larger than 5, so I can use it. Okay, so I'm using the space above this number. Remember we said before, how many groups of 5 are inside 6? There's 1. Okay, so we just did our division. Now we have to multiply. 1 times 5 equals 5. So we did our multiplication. Now we have to subtract. 6 minus 5 equals 1. Subtracted. Is there a number to bring down? Is there a number still to come down? Yes, there is. So we're bringing down the 2. Okay, we just brought down a number. We start all over again. Is there a number? We do our division. Okay, 12. This is really inside this house here. Okay, because so this house actually comes down here. So this is 12. 12 divided by 5. Okay. So we're 12 divided by 5, okay? If I have 12 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, how many groups of 5 are inside this 12? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I make another group of 5? No, I only have 2. So this is 2 groups of 5 with a remainder of 2. Okay? So if I drew a picture, that's what 2 groups of 5 with a remainder of 2 looks like. So 12 divided by 5. How many groups of 5 inside 12? 2. Where does it go? Right above the number we're talking about, right here. Okay? So we just divided. Okay. So we just did our division problem. 12 divided by 5 is 2. Now we do our multiplication. Remember, we don't use this number. We already did it. Now our multiplication problem is 2 times 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. We just did our multiplication problem. Now we're going to subtract. Minus 12 minus 10 equals 2. We just did our subtraction. Is there anything to bring down here? Nope, we have no numbers left to bring down. We brought this one down. There's nothing here. So I know I'm done. How do I know I'm done? No more number to bring down. Okay? So 62 divided by 5 is 12 with a remainder. So instead of nothing to bring down, so this becomes a remainder. Okay? A remainder of 2. How can I check it? I take this number 12 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10 0, carrier 1. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus the remainder, plus 2, 62. Does this number equal the number inside the house? Yes. Does it check? Check. Yes, it does. Okay? Now the first problem we did 6 divided by 5, one digit. Then we did 2 digits in the dividend divided by 5. And now we're going to do 3 digits. Okay, so this is exactly your problem here. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 digits. Remember, we know when we're done with a problem when there's nothing more to bring down. Okay? So the number on here, this is from your worksheet, 623, 620, I'm going to move it up a little bit. Whoops. My hands on there, it gets oily. 623 divided by 5. Uh-oh. Casey! Okay, so we're looking at the problem. Okay. Before we start, should I give Casey a cookie? Casey's coming over here for a cookie. He knows I have a cookie. So when he barks, I was going to give him a cookie. Come here, Casey. Okay, Casey. Can you see him? Mm-hmm. Sit. Oh, he's giving me the paw already. I didn't even ask because he knows what I have. Take it nice. Nice. Good boy. Good boy. He was barking at another dog outside. Good boy. Okay, so let's back to our problem. You know, you can smell the cookies up there. We'll save one for later if he barks. Okay, so 623 divided by 5. So what do? I look at my first number. How many 5s are inside 6? Okay. 1 group of 5 inside 6. Okay. So 1 times 5, I divided. Now I'm doing my multiplication. 1 times 5 equals 5. Okay, I did my multiplication. Now I'm subtracting. 6 minus 5 equals 1. Bringing down. Is there a number to bring down? Yep. Here it is. Okay, so I did my bring down and then start all over again. Okay, now I'm to my second number. Still ignoring that third number. Okay, is this, okay, so now my second number is, in here is 12 now. Okay, so now my problem is 12, my division problem, 12 divided by 5. Okay, 12 divided by 5. Remember we said before, if I had 12 x's here, how many groups of 5 are inside? 2. 2 groups of 5 inside 12. Okay, so 2, ignore the 1, 2 times 5 equals 10. 2 times 5 equals 10. That's our multiplication problem. We did our division. I'm subtracting now. 12 minus 10. Okay, 12 minus 10 is 2. Okay, I just subtracted. What do I have? A bring down. And we have another number now. So yes, there's another number I can bring down. It's a 3. Okay, so my new division problem, now I'm back, so I'm back to the top. Okay, so my new division problem is 23 divided by 5. Okay, and if you think of your 5s, I think most of you know your 5s, how many groups of 5 are in 23 without going over? So let's think. 5, that's one group. 10, 2 groups. 15, 3 groups. 20, 4 groups. If I do another 5, does it bring me past 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? So I can't use 5 groups because 5 times 5 is 25. And we can't go over 23. Okay? So the answer is how many groups of 5 are in 23? 4 groups. Okay? So let's do that. Let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I have 25 drawn here, okay? Now, but we don't use 25. They want to know how many groups are inside 23. So I'm going to take 2 away. Here are 23 stars, or X's. How many groups of 5? Well, I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, I have 4. I don't have enough for a 5th group. So there are only 4 groups of 5 with a remainder of 3 left. Okay? So, how many groups of 5 are inside the number 23? We just said 4. Okay? So that's where we got this 4 from. So we put the 4 up here, 4 groups of 5 and 23. Remember, we're not taking the whole number, we're just saying 4 times 5 equals 20. Okay, so we divided, we multiplied, now we're going to subtract. 23 minus 20 is 3. Okay, am I done? Or is there more? How do I know? Well, we brought down the 2, we brought down the 3. Is there another number here? No. No more numbers to bring down, so we're done. So what does this 3 mean it is? It means it's a remainder of 3. And this is a larger problem. Some of you are ready for it. Don't worry if you're not. Keep doing the other problems. So let's check it. How do I check it? I take this whole number, I times it by this number, and then I add the 3, and I should get this number inside the house. Let's see. 124 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Put the 0 down, carry the 2. 2 times 5 is 10, plus the 2 up here is 12. I only put down one number. Carry the 1. 1 times 5 is 5, plus the 1 is 6. Okay, what's my remainder? 3 plus 3, 623. Does this equal the number in the house? Yes, so it checks. Okay, so those of you that can do this sheet, okay, you can do the sheet. How long is this video?
YouTube.
Okay, so those of you that can do this sheet, do the sheet. I sent your parents, I'm going to, when I post everything today, an answer key. So they'll have the answer key with the work, so you can see where you messed up on your work, okay? So thank you very much. If you can't do this sheet, okay, I'm also going to send some more next week, some more lower level, so you can practice with the lower level, those of you that need it, okay? But most of the time when you can't do your division problems, it's probably because you don't have the facts memorized yet. And as I said, those of you that did really well in your multiplication facts are just reversing them. Remember when we did that triangle? So we know that 6 times 5 equals 30. Well, those of you that know that the two numbers that go with 30 are 6 and 5. So 30 divided by 6 equals 5, and 30 divided by 5 equals 6. So usually it's a problem of not memorizing the facts. And, you know, I want you to, over the summer, if you don't have memories, you got to keep memorizing. 4th grade is just going to be all doing this. Okay, and it's easier, make it easier on yourself by memorizing those facts. If you don't have your flashcards home with you, make flashcards, okay? Make division cards. First of all, start with dividing by 2s, then start with dividing by 3s, then start by dividing by 4s. Make flashcards. Start to keep these. Here are your flashcards. These are all dividing by 4. Cut them out. Do just like flash them to yourself. You can write the answer, like I said, on the back so that you can check it if you don't know, okay? And this is your Mad Minute math test. Okay, how many you do in a minute, okay? So progressively you should get, you know, farther and farther and more and more. So that's why I also gave you your, not only your, let me see where I put it, your multiplication, not only your division, dividing by 6, dividing by 7, but also a review of your multiplication. So that should help you learn them more. Okay? Bye-bye, third graders. Keep working hard. You'll get it.